Welcome to The Milk, the podcast that pours it all out, the messy, the magical, and the mildly unhinged moments of motherhood and womanhood. Real talk, honest stories, and reminders that none of us really know exactly what we're doing, and that's kind of the best part. I'm Tayla, your host and soon-to-be mom of 3, so let's laugh, learn, and milk this season of life for all that it's worth. Hi everyone, welcome back to The Milk. If you are watching this episode, we are getting a little cozy today. It's the holidays, I'm filming in bed, it just felt right. So enjoy, join me in bed with another guest.
Hi, I'm Dad.
I thought it would be fun. I was initially going to record this episode on my own, and then I was like, you know what, we kind of need a male's perspective on this topic. Today I felt inspired to chat about the hardest truths of parenting, as amazing as it is and how much love that comes from it. There are some tough realities that also come along with it that we can't deny. And what I've learned though is that everything you may technically or quote unquote lose, you gain so much more from the experience and just being a parent and especially a mom. This episode was more phrased towards mothers. It was going to be called The Hardest Truths of Motherhood or Being a Mom. And I was like, you know, we can't deny or shove aside the dads that make this happen too. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of get both perspectives on some of these topics that I came up with. To kick us off first, this is Scotty. This is my baby daddy. This is my...
I think I'm more than...
I'm not done with my intro.
Okay, it should be a good intro.
This is my, 3.5-year fiance?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day we'll get married.
Maybe.
I feel like
Ball's in your court.
I feel like we've gotten these questions from our parents. Now that it's the holidays, I've been asked multiple times over the past even 48 hours. My mom, your sister... your aunt, we just keep having babies. I think that's the issue. Like after Aspen, we tried to plan a wedding and then we got pregnant with Bash and then we were in the 2 under 2. Mm-hmm. And then we were like enjoying coming up for air. Mm-hmm. And then...
Well, I feel like every time we go to plan a wedding, you get pregnant.
Yes.
So I'm thinking baby number 3 comes, vasectomy. Then we go plan a wedding.
Yeah. No, I'm warming up to it. I feel like that's been like a hot topic where everyone's always like, are they ever going to get married? And my whole logic behind it is that I kind of rushed through kids. I feel like we're going to be having 3 kids in 4 years. And I'm 32. I'm the ripe age of 32. That why rush through all the monumental moments of our life? Like we have our home. We have 3 kids almost. Like, why just check off a wedding just to check it off, to have it done? Like, why not? Why rush through it? Why not just wait till the time feels right? Like, 3 kids is already, 3 full-time jobs. We both have full-time jobs. And then a wedding is a full-time job, too. Yeah. I want to enjoy the process and not feel like I'm drowning during it.
I also think we did like the idea of having 3 bastard children.
I don't know if we can put this in it.
But I talk freely in this podcast space.
Do you want to introduce yourself at all? Do you have anything to say to the listeners?
Introduce myself?
I guess. Was mine okay? Was mine good enough?
Yours was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Scotty. In terms of an introduction, you probably heard about me in Tayla's podcasting or on her social media. Mostly taking the photos, I would say. Yeah. Or
taking the photos?
Or doing chores. Those are the 2 things that I do.
Scotty works a lot.
I work a lot?
He does a lot of the behind the scenes, working in his dungeon cave of an office.
Yeah. I mean, I run a media company, sports media company. I played football at the University of Colorado.
I tried to nix this hat, but it didn't work.
Go Buffs. It's always go Buffs. I was then drafted by the New York Jets. I then transitioned into entertainment. I wrote for CSI. And then I started Goat Bar Media. And
you do documentaries. He's actually in the podcast world a little bit.
I launched a podcast with Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship called Exciting Mike.
Okay, I don't think this is your demographic, but you can plug.
I think all of your listeners probably have a crush on Cooper DeJean. So I do think they'll like that. Also Real Ones with Fred Warner. We have a bunch of shows. Check it out.
Got some good stuff coming up in the sports world. For any
Check
male
out
listeners.
Goat Bar Media.
Or male listeners or your husband's boyfriends. That's the demo.
Okay.
We'll plug it in here. to get to the girls to take it to their partners.
Girls love my content. Drafted? Come on. Who doesn't love a dream fulfilled?
Okay, so back to the show. Back to the reason we're
us,
here.
right? Yeah.
Back to us. Okay, I think we've had the marriage talk. I don't know where that came from, but...
Came from you.
Okay, anyways, so like I said, I feel like this is a conversation we've had off mic. I've also had it with other moms and just girlfriends on like, where do we, like, it's like the tug of war between like, your heart is bursting with love, but simultaneously it's like the heartbreak that comes along with being a parent. So I thought it would be like relatable and we could all kind of just like nod together and be like, yes, I feel that way too, over some of the hard truths. Okay, so number one, you can love your child more than anything and still need time away to recoup. And then the guilt hits. I think more for moms than dads, but like we can hash this out. It's like that feeling of, I think moms on the daily, you're like, I so need a break right now. I'm about to lose it. And then you get that little break and you're like, okay, I miss my kids. I want to run home back to them. And because you feel guilty for being away, even if it's like for 50 or like a Pilates class. Even when I go to Pilates, I'm thinking of them during there. And then I'm on my way home. I'm so excited to see them. And then right back when you're in it, you're like, dang it, I wish I like appreciated that more. And didn't feel guilty. Or like going on trips. Like we deserve as parents trips.
Mm-hmm.
I think I struggled with this more than you. Or like you are always so excited.
I get to answer questions on your podcast. You don't say what I...
So how do you relate to this?
Do I relate to feeling guilt?
Or just like the feeling of so desperately wanting a break and then going on that break and then feeling the opposite, being like, I miss my kids, I feel guilty.
Yeah, I don't really get breaks in life, but I do get time away.
Okay, our date nights.
Date nights.
We recently did a one-night stay somewhere. We did a little staycation.
Yes. I don't call it guilt. I miss them when I'm away. Or when I'm away alone for work, I miss all of you. So it's always really sad, like when I'm pulling out in an Uber or something, I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna miss them so much. And then I miss you the whole time I'm gone, and the kids the whole time I'm gone. In the moment, there are times where I'm like, okay, I wish right now I could get out of here because it's insane chaos. But I never then leave and I'm happy, like to get away. I always miss you guys. But I don't classify it as guilt.
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty really because most of the time it is like I have to go do something. When it is something to where we were going on, it was kind of work, kind of play, 1 day vacation. I was just excited to spend time with you for a day, which I felt like it
was good for us.
Deserved.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. And I felt like, for people listening, I felt like Tayla liked me again, which was cool.
We did date again for 24 hours. That was fun.
It was a sweet date.
Yeah.
And she got to see Boulder.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't feel like guilty about it necessarily, but I do get sad because I miss you guys.
Yeah. I feel like moms feel more of the guilt of like, we're the more empaths, emotional ones, where it's like we feel like we're choosing something else over our kids. Like, is that the right choice? Do we need to be doing that right now? Or could we be being home, being like a better mom, I guess? That's where it like creeps in.
You're a great mom.
No, I know, but it's like you feel guilty during it. You're like, am I making the right choice? Like if you miss them, but you're also there having fun, you're like, dang it, like, did I have to be doing this right now? But 9 times out of 10, like, yes, absolutely, we deserve it. But I feel like we just feel that way. We feel that guilt, regardless of if it's the right choice or not.
Okay, well, trust your gut.
Okay, number 2. I feel like I never really felt this way until having kids, or I never like thought about it, but people would always say like your heart lives outside of your body when you have kids. So my number 2 is your heart now lives outside your body. The vulnerability, anxiety, and intensity of love is next level. And so it's like, especially, I mean, we're only in the early phases. I can't imagine when Aspen and Bash start driving or start going to parties or staying, or I don't think I would do sleepovers at other people's houses, but like start venturing out into the world fully without us. Like right now it's just school drop off and they're at school. Mm-hmm. But like that was a big step for me, especially your oldest. The first time you're dropping them off at preschool or nursery, wherever they go, like that, I cried the entire few hours until I got to pick her up.
You did.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, because you feel like you can't protect them Like you have control over them when they're in front of you, right? And when they're not, like you feel just like a lack of control and protectiveness where like life can harm them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're such naive, innocent little beings that when they're not in your presence, you feel just like helpless. You don't know, like, what if like someone makes them sad and you're not there to comfort them? Or I don't know why I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting, that just the thought of Bash at school getting pushed off of his bike. I'm pregnant and getting emotional thinking about that. Like,
Do we want to share that story?
not fully. We have to protect some people in that. But like those little moments where if like Bash got pushed off a bike 2 days in a row into like muddy water and was soaked and had to change his clothes, and I was so upset picking him up. But like those little moments, like your heart lives outside of your body and you can't be there to comfort them or protect them or to stick up for them. And that's like such a hard pill to swallow, that like the true love of loving your kids, I don't know why I'm crying right now,
Okay.
is like,
Do you need Kleenex?
no,
Okay.
is like the truest form of love is like letting them out into the world, like letting them flourish, but that doesn't come without like struggle or moments like that, where like life kind of knocks them down, figuratively and literally.
Well, in this situation, it was actually another human who knocked him down. So not even life. But I think both you, and at least in this circumstance I do, like you feel those monumental moments when Aspen's going to school for the first time, or Bash, and yes, they're outside of our vision or outside of like our control, even though we can't control them when they're in our house. I don't really know about that. But I look at long term, like their development long term, and how much Bash has progressed being around other kids, and ultimately this is their life. And we have to put them in the best position for them to succeed down the line. That's why I always talk about, I'm not here to be best friends with Aspen or Bash. I'm here to prepare them. And so for me, I view it as like that is a natural step. And the alternative to that is what? We safeguard them. We keep them here. We don't then expose them to the world, which they will then resent, and they won't form independence. So we're ultimately doing the best thing in their best interest, even if it's hard for us sometimes.
Totally. And I think that's the hardest part of it, is like we know we're doing the right thing, but it also like breaks us little by little in ways.
Yeah, again, you speak for yourself. I'll speak for myself on
Scotty,
this podcast.
okay, we're a very different dynamic where he is like the law enforcer. He's like
a cop?
your dad was a cop.
It was, yeah.
No, but I mean like when it comes to like laying down the law, like of what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Absolutely. It's called guidelines.
Yeah. So he has no problem doing that. Where I do it a little bit.
Yeah, not often, but sometimes we run into situations where I have said no to something and you say yes to something.
But that's because I don't know exactly.
Which, for the viewers at home, Tayla and I have talked about a united front, or else they will attack. The kids will, they sense who to go to, so we got to stay connected, unified, lockstep and barrel.
We're pretty good at that, though.
We are pretty good.
Aspen tries to swindle us a little bit. Like, she'll say that Mama said that's okay.
Yeah, Aspen's a liar.
Or little things like that, where I think we need to have better communication of like, oh, I told Aspen already no to this or something, where like, or she'll be like, I have 5 minutes on the TV, and I'll be like, okay, and then you'll be like, I told her none, or I told her 2, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, I have a timer going. She has 1 minute left. Now you've reset the timer.
We try our best. But no, I agree. I think it is the right decision to gently push them out into the world to experience all those things. We'd be doing them a disservice if we sheltered them from those situations and experiences. But it still hurts my heart.
We're talking about school, okay? We're not having them go get their driver's licenses right now.
Or like study abroad in college. Like, what? Now I understand why my dad cried when dropping me off at college. I was like, Dad, like, get a grip. And now I'm like, I'm crying right now over the thought of the 1% of what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be psychotic when the kids go to college, if they go to college, or like when they
We don't
move
even,
out.
will kids even go to college when that's their time?
But like you get it when you become a parent. Like when it's your parents, you're like, okay, stop being dramatic, like stop crying, this is weird. Like why are you so upset and so obsessed with me? But like being a parent, you fully understand. It's like they're your entire life.
Yeah, I think I used to be most concerned with like Aspen dating. That was like a hard one for me to grasp for future stuff. So not so much like when will they go to school, but like her going on dates. And then as I've gotten to know Aspen so well, I wish whoever tries to date her good luck.
Oof. Yeah, she's gonna walk all over them.
I hope she's nicer than that. But wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Tough one to please.
Okay, number 3. They grow up so quickly trying to be present in the season that you're currently in while also quietly mourning that they'll never be this little again. Like that feeling of being so happy in the moment, loving this phase you're in, but then also being simultaneously sad, being like, I know that these are the best of days that we'll look past on, and like mourning what you're currently experiencing. Even like it's like you've lost it, but you're living it still.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the duality of that. Like I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now with Aspen and Bash. Like we're in the best of days. Like from what we've experienced so far.
Bash could be potty trained. That would make it better of days.
Okay, but I mean like Aspen's 3.5. Bash is a little over 2. Mm-hmm. Like just their dynamic, how good they get along and how cute they are together, and just dare I say life feels the easiest it's been since having kids. And
That's
just that feeling of like looking at them and seeing them interact and being like, oh my gosh, they will never be this small again or act this way again, or I don't know. And like also adding a third, I'm like, are we just flipping our lives completely upside down?
We are.
We are.
Absolutely are.
Answer is we are, but we're also adding love to it.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty's still trying to process a third, by the way.
I totally processed it.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
I just know what it is. It's going to be bedlam. Chaos. It's
Everyone
chaos
says
right now.
the third is like the easiest though, because they just like round out the family.
They're trying to be nice. That's
and
people trying to be nice.
They just bring everyone together. Like the third apparently is everyone's baby.
I think they're all a dice roll.
Anyways, back to this. I just feel like we are currently living the best of days where it's like I find myself mourning and getting sad over the days we're currently living.
I feel like for me, mourning is probably not the right word, but there is some sadness around like Aspen more so of like, okay, she's like funny and engaging and she's so little still and she wants cutties. And I think about like, okay, what's going to be that cutoff when she doesn't want to have dad at cutties anymore?
Or like how she asked like little cutties or big cutties, or no, little tickies or big tickies.
Well, she doesn't like big tickies. Big tickies are serious.
We have like cutties is like cuddles in bed. And then tickies is when Scotty roughhouses with them before bed and he'll like have a tickle attack with them. And if they're too hard, she goes, little tickies, little tickies. And so she wants a little tickie.
The tickies can become very aggressive under the armpits.
And then like the arm scratchies, or she likes the, like when you tickle her back, like she wants her shirt or her arm or sleeve up just to like tickle her. Like,
again, very specific. She is.
We women typically are. But those, or like my perfect example is, and you might disagree with this, is when Aspen, like she says the cutest, funniest words wrong. Like she calls fruit toot. And
or she's tooting.
What else does she say? Like she says, what did she say when she said, excuse me, Dad, in the car last night?
I don't know. She did call you Tayla in the car, though, which was hilarious.
Hey, Tayla, when she wanted something, I'm like, dude, you're 3.5.
She also asked Tayla her last name the other day.
Oh, yeah, I was frazzled over that. I feel like Scotty put her up to that.
I did not put her up to that, but tell everyone how that went.
We're like driving to school, and I'm like, Mama, what's your last name? I'm like, Burke. And she's like, what's your other last name? And I was like, McKnight. And she's like, well, what's your like real last name or like something? I was like, Burke McKnight. I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting to the age where there's questions.
When are you going to get married? And we're like, we're just waiting on number 3. We didn't want to differentiate between the 3 of them.
No. And so, yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, oh shit, hit me with the hard questions before 8 a.m., before I've had my coffee, taking you to school, girlfriend.
So our Christmas card this year said from the McKnights.
The McKnights, yeah. Nice. Yeah. But my point was, I love her saying words wrong. I love it so much because it's just so cute and endearing. And Scotty tries to fix the words, be like, what did you say? And then be like, it is fruit, or like excuse, or like he wants to help her develop. And I'm like, no, but please just let her say it a little longer, because she will never say it wrong ever again in her life. And it's like, I wish I could just have a tape recorder on me all the time, or just like, that's why I take so many videos of her talking, because I always want to remember how cute her little voice is and how wrong she says things. It's just so sweet. Like, that's to me the tug of war of like being so happy in the moment of the phase you're living in, but also being so sad that it's not going to last.
I don't try to fix the words. I don't try and do anything to the words. I just try to help her sound and say them accurately, so she's saying them the right way.
Yeah.
So that she can better communicate, and down the line, when she's president, if she wants to be, she
won't be saying
she can say the word banana. You know?
Oh gosh, no, I want her to say them. Like, I would be totally fine with her being like 13, saying a few words wrong still.
She says Tismus.
Tismus.
What she wants for Tismus. I'm like,
so cute.
Christmas.
No. Give me one more Tismus this year.
What's going to happen when she finds out
oh no, we gotta say this.
Tana isn't real?
This is crazy. So this is our second year doing Elf on the Shelf. Mm-hmm. And Scotty got ahead of himself and put Charlie out a handful of days early. That gives us much more responsibility of finding new locations and remembering where to put Charlie.
How will we do that?
We forgot last night.
How will we find the time?
We forgot last night.
No, he wanted to stay on the tree. I talked to Charlie.
He wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Scotty told Aspen, like, you can't touch Charlie. He doesn't like to be touched. He'll move on his own.
What is it? By the way, what is the answer that the Elf on the Shelf people say you're supposed to say to kids? She's like, why? I'm like,
I don't even know if that's a rule. I thought we just made that up.
Oh, I think you're not supposed to touch him.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, actually.
I need to do some background research. I just kind of like...
I didn't know how to answer that question. She's like, why can't I touch him?
I just think elves don't want to be touched.
Yeah, it makes it sound like there's something traumatic in his past, though.
Yeah, maybe.
And the North Pole's not all
peaches.
peaches.
And then Bash just straight up went and attacked Charlie. Scotty had to rip him out of his hands. He was crying. Aspen was traumatized. Like, oh my God, Charlie was touched.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh.
But anyways, when Scotty was talking about the elf, she looks at him and goes, it's take. Like, it's fake. I'm like, you're 3.5. Like, are they supposed to know that these elves are fake? Like, is it okay?
She said, he's take.
He's take.
And she was saying it, like, looking right in his eyes. You're take. To Charlie the elf, I'm like, well, he's not take, and he's going to go talk to Santa and tell him what you want for Christmas.
So if you want your Barbie girlfriend, you better think that he is real as heck.
You better say you're very real, Charlie.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, so that was, anyways, that's, I think, it's my perspective on that.
Well, here you go. If you're sad and you're mourning them growing up, you're going to get a brand new one here in April.
I'll never recover. I'll never get over this, that we're just going to keep reproducing because I can't mend this issue.
No, we're not, because I'm gonna
get snipped.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. Ooh, this one hits really hard for me, especially after having Aspen. I think this was my hardest part of like postpartum and entering motherhood. It's that you can't have it all at the same time, and I feel like we've been brought up, especially like women, like with that like girl boss era of like, you can do it all. You can be a mom. You can run your own business. You can, still be going on girls' trips and all those things. And I think I've realized like you actually can't, and that's okay. You cannot have it all. And just be like finding your way to peace with that, because how I view, and like when people say like, oh, work-life balance, or like, how do you balance motherhood and working, or how do you balance this? It's like, there actually is not a balance. It's never in balance. It's never 50-50. And My whole thing is like, you have one pizza pie and like you have the decision and choice of how you want to slice it. So it's like one slice is being a mom or being a dad, one is work, one is friendships, one is working out, one is your social life, like with friends, one is traveling, however, whatever relates to you. But I think that's the hardest part of like, you're never giving the same to each one. Like it has to flip. Like there are times where maybe I'm giving 60% to being a mom and 30% to my work and 10% somewhere else, and I'm feeling guilty for, I feel like I'm, what's the word I'm looking for? Like straying away from all my commitments with work, and then I'm feeling guilty that I'm spending more time with the kids, and then it's like I'll try to recover from that and put more into work, and then I'm feeling guilty of feeling like I abandoned my kids like 10% less. And so the feeling of like you actually can't have it all, and like I guess you can try to rebalance or recalibrate every day or every week or every month, but like there are times where like your relationship struggles because your business, like you're having difficulties in business where you feel like you're putting out fires constantly and you physically don't have the energy or time and attention to put elsewhere, or like into being a mom or being a dad. That like that tough reality of like, no, you actually can't have it all no matter how hard you try. Like something is always sacrificed in order to focus on something else.
I think that's part of it, is sacrifices. And also understanding, we'll use the pie analogy, right? There's certain...
Do you like that?
Do I like pie?
You like that analogy? I feel like that's a good analogy.
I like the analogy a lot. I think certain pieces of pie are like, you have to eat them, right? Like work. Yeah. Because that then is something that, you know, you use to provide for the other pieces of the pie. That's
been our biggest struggle, I think, in our relationship.
Yeah.
I joke that he's like a workaholic, but he also like is that type of personality where like if there's something he needs to get done, he will not stop until he gets it done. And then at times it like makes me feel like less prioritized and all this. And his argument every time is, do you think I want to be doing this, or do you think I like to be doing this? It's because like I need to provide for my family. And then I'm always like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Like you don't, secretly in my head, I'm like, fuck, I can't argue that.
Well, it's like I would much rather be like I'm the type of person who likes to chill. I do like chilling. So I'd much rather be chilling with you and the kids than staying up till 3 a.m, making sure something is good to go out the next day and making sure the show is good or whatever it is. And so I think like I understand when I have to do those things. I also, it doesn't take away from understanding that it can be difficult on you, because I know myself and I know that I can be tough to connect with when my mind is somewhere else that I'm fixated on that I need to get done.
It's just the like autopilot of like physically having that human next to you, but mentally they are not with you. They are elsewhere. And then it's like it makes you feel lonelier in that person's presence than like actually being alone. I think that's the hardest part. It's like, oh shit, I'm in this person's presence. I'm with my partner, but I feel more lonely sitting next to him than when I'm actually alone because of what they have to get done. And like, I feel like we've finally found more of like a groove with that and a way to, I hate to use the word balance, but like actually it feels like much more balanced, or not so much like 90% work, 10% everything else. But it changes. It changes. Like maybe a month ago you had a week like that, or you had a few weeks like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just knowing that you don't always have to have your pie sliced the same, but it also comes with like feeling like you're putting less towards other priorities of yours, and just like making sure. I think it's just like checking in with yourself on what you need to get done. I like doing it per day and also per week, like the next week, okay, like or month.
I also look at it like you eat different pies at different stages of your life, right? Like I feel like before I met you, I would work and then I had a bunch of social pie. I was just eating social pie all the time.
Were you? It was COVID.
Before COVID.
Okay.
Because I met you during, and I was also in Alabama when COVID didn't really exist down there in terms of the regulations. So I feel like those were my, kind of pieces of pie. And then when I met you, you became a piece of pie for me. And then each of the kids
that pie
became,
sounds pretty
it
nice.
is damn good. That's how those 3 other pieces of pie got there. So then the social component then shrinks because there's the fixed piece of pie that I have to eat, which is work. And then you came into my life, and so I obviously want to spend a lot of time with that piece of pie. That created those other pieces of pie, and that then made less social. There's less room for social pie.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it, but I can look back and say, okay, I've kind of already eaten that pie. I'm fine eating less of that pie because I have this other pie now that I love so much that's the priority pie.
No, that's true. I feel like for moms, like just like a daily pie that we have to slice and dice is, being a mom. For those who work outside of being a mom, then you have your career, if you do. Also, eating well, like cooking is a huge pie. Like I used to love to cook, but it takes time and energy and cleaning after, where it's like, okay, there's the eating well, nourishing, then it's the working out, then it's relationship, and then it's friendships. Like us girls, I feel like women need connection and friendships and community, especially when they become a mom, more than men do. Like guys are good if they have like 1 or 2 friends. They like check in here and there, but like girls, like daily, like I need to check in with someone and like have some sort of like form of connection with friends daily. But it's hard because sometimes like you can, and like fitting in a workout, that's an hour of your day. Like those little things, like going for a walk, showering, our hair wash days, that's a piece of my daily pie. I have to schedule that out.
Mm-hmm.
So
your hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you. Yesterday was hair wash day. But no, it's hard. It's like it's a give and take, and like being able to do certain things some days and not others. Like back before kids, like I could work out any day, anytime. Like that was not an issue. And now thinking of scheduling, like, okay, if I want to get 3 workouts in this week, this is how I have to slice my weekly pie. Like it's so crazy to think about, like the luxury of back then, being able at my leisure to like look up classes and be like, oh, I'm going to hop out in 30 minutes to go to this or that. And it's just crazy.
We had no idea.
No, we have no idea.
You know what goes good with pie?
What?
Milk.
Oh, that's a good one. Milk and pie? Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I mean, it depends on the pie.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, this one probably relates more to me, but I think all parents can relate to it, is that if you're a type A person and you're so fixated on planning everything to a T, that with kids, it never goes according to plan, no matter how prepared you are, i.e. traveling with kids. Like you can have 5 different changes of clothes, you can have twice as many diapers you need, all the snacks, have the cars scheduled, the hotels, the cribs, every single thing you need. And like flights will always be delayed. A kid will randomly get a stomach bug and throw up on a plane, or like I'll accidentally take us to the wrong airport in Paris.
Yeah. And then I won't get upset about it at all.
No, but like you can be so planned, and like when you throw kids into the mix, something is always bound to go wrong. And like the real power and control comes from letting go of that and just to roll with the punches each time. Like I used to get so frazzled. I would get anxiety days leading up to the trips of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. And Scotty would have to talk me through and be like, okay, we're flying back from Europe. We have 3 different flights, 2 different drives. Don't look at it as one big trip. You have to compartmentalize into like, okay, what's the first leg? Okay, that's the car ride. Or like, for instance, coming back from Europe, it's like, okay, we first had the ferry, then we had the car ride, then we had the first flight, then we had a night stay in a hotel, then we had that second long flight, then we had the third long flight, then the car ride. Like focusing on one at a time so it doesn't get too overwhelming, because like I was such an anxious mess thinking of that trip home, and just like how many opportunities for things to go wrong, which they did from after the first ferry ride.
The first ferry ride? What are you talking about? It was a disaster from the beginning. Carrying those suitcases down that cobblestone street in Italy.
I was thinking more.
Getting on the ferry, not having transportation lined up. The leader of transportation in Italy his daughter was getting married that day, so there were no transportation services.
Well, every taxi driver was invited to the wedding, and we like took a ferry into this tiny little town. So there were maybe, 20 taxis in the area. Every single taxi or Uber was gone, and we had to drive from wherever we landed in Italy to Rome, which was 2.5 hours?
It was 2.5 hours.
And we didn't have, and to get on our first of 3 flights.
Yeah.
And it was 1 or 2 hours. I remember
I was walking.
We were fighting for some reason. I think it's just traveling stress.
I don't remember. We weren't fighting.
No. We were just I think we were both stressed and.
I think, yeah, I remember you being frustrated.
I was also pregnant.
You're pregnant? Totally okay. I was also frustrated because what are the odds this guy's daughter is getting married and every taxi driver in the country is invited to the wedding? And I couldn't really get anyone to help me. I also did not speak Italian. And I was wearing my meta glasses, so it would translate what other people were saying, and then I couldn't communicate back with them. And I'm on Google Translate trying to be like, hey, my pregnant fiance, which I'm like, well, it's a little confusing, so I just changed it. My pregnant wife and 2 children and myself, we're looking for transportation to Rome Airport. Is there a taxi driver or transportation service? And I talked to so many people in hotels, at gas stations, in restaurants, just trying to find, and we ultimately ended up having a random
This is wild.
random person who's like, I can take you.
He was like a carpenter or some sort of worker.
He was a carpenter.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
We met them at the restaurant that I was trying to feed the kids lunch at, just to kill time. They were sitting next to us, and the owner of the restaurant was like, hey, they might be able to drive you.
Well, we had ample time because we took the first ferry out. So we're like, we have so much time. And at this point, we were like...
This is making me sweat.
I was like, at this point, if we don't get into a car in the next 5 minutes, we're missing our flight from Rome to Barcelona.
And then we'd miss the Barcelona flight. We'd miss all of the flights because it was an overnight.
Because then we went from Barcelona to Mexico City, and then Mexico City so it was like, we have to make this one. And I thought we had more time, and I'm wandering around the streets of Italy, sweating.
It was hours, and it was 85 degrees.
Yeah. So ultimately we said, okay, this guy seems legit. He's taking his uncle's car. That is not a big car. And we squeezed in there.
We were packed to the brim. It was also during Bash's nap. I thought he'd nap on me. He didn't. And it was like a clown car because we had so many suitcases. We were gone for 2+ weeks longer. But anyways, the whole point of this is that we had this plan planned out to a T. We knew exactly what we had to do from start to finish of 36 hours.
Yeah.
And everything within the first hour just got flipped upside down. And granted, it's not because of having kids, but with kids, these things will always come up. And I think it's more of how we now picture vacations, or it's adventures. It's not vacations, you're not relaxing. It's okay, when we're going into something like this, it's always just an adventure. And whatever comes up, the only way out is through.
I think it's important, you have to take it one little stop at a time, or else it can be very overwhelming. And it is good to look at it as an adventure, because something, to your point, something will go wrong, and it's just kind of beyond your control. You got to just keep pushing forward. And I will say, it makes the trips where it's just the 2 of us
a vacation.
Oh,
such a treat.
It's all good. Security line's long. Who cares?
I don't care. I don't have a child trying to run out of my arms screaming and whatnot.
No cookies on the flight? It's no problem.
No. But yeah, I think focusing on being okay with the loss of structure, or just, what is the word? Surrendering to whatever happens over the perfect plan and how it actually works out is what makes it so much more enjoyable. Not that it's that enjoyable, the process, but then you reap the benefits of when you're there or anything. And I think that's with everything. It's not just traveling, but with kids, things will always happen. And I feel like I've become way more type B.
No. You're still type A, but you have, you've gotten way better at just
I'm sorry, the crumbs in the bed, that would never fly with me before.
No.
Them eating in our bed, all that.
I just wouldn't call you type B.
Okay.
I would say you're a more lax type A.
Type A minus?
Type A minus is fine.
We'll go with that.
What type am I?
type C minus.
C minus. What is that?
I don't know, like super relaxed.
Oh.
Super relaxed, just like, okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Type D.
Okay. Oh, this is a good question for you because
Okay.
I feel like with you becoming a parent going like very type B, has being a parent made you more type A?
Yes. Well, I'll backtrack. Being with you brought me from like type Z up to where like people probably don't know this. I used to not keep a calendar in my phone. I just
Or like a work calendar with his
I
calls, meetings.
Yeah, I just would write it on a piece of paper. I'd have my, I'd make most of them or remember most of them, but I would forget stuff sometimes. And Tayla's like, when we met, she's like, "You don't keep a phone calendar of like what you're doing?" I'm like, no, not really.
I was astonished.
Yeah,
Well, you'd also miss meetings, be late to everything. You'd miss flights all the time.
I miss flights all the time. I rarely miss meetings. I'd be late to
Late
meetings.
to late to calls, hopping on very late.
So yeah, I mean, we don't need to talk about all my flaws
Okay,
in my
well
past.
now
But
look at where you've come. You have like reminders, you got the alerts. When we have something in both of our calendars, you add me.
Yes.
We're very structured.
To answer your question, I think it started there, and you helped me build a nice structural foundation for things that were necessary when we became parents, because you can't just like, not have anything scheduled or planned, or that's not really going to work. So I think that was the first step in me kind of becoming more organized in what we were doing. And then having kids definitely forces it, because the piece of pie, right, goes back to that. There's so many different things that you have to kind of fit together and that you want to fit together to fill those different buckets, fill those different cups, and obligations that you have for different things. So you have to be structured. So I've definitely become more organized.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't call you type A, but like you've gotten more towards that.
Yeah.
Kids force you. I feel like if you're type A, it forces you to become a little bit more lax in type B. But if you're type B, it forces you to become a little more type A of like, oh, you need your shit together more. You need to plan things more. Even going to get coffee, like when you have a newborn, you're like diapers, bottles. Like if you're doing formula, if you change your clothes, like swaddle, like what is that? The portable sound machine, all those things. Like it makes you have a checklist where maybe you didn't before.
You don't have to, but if you want the other person you're with to not want to kill you,
it's true,
and you want to make them happy,
yeah,
you figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, second to last is hard truth of feeling like you've lost your sense of freedom and some selfishness, which I feel like we never took for granted before. Like you don't realize that, like, and selfish not in a way of like, oh, he's, the only thinking of themselves, but like, oh, selfishness and like, you can go wherever you want when you want. You can go grab a coffee and not have to worry about anyone. You can go plan a trip with friends, that type of selfishness. But like the feeling of losing freedom and selfishness versus like gaining purpose from having kids. It's like there are things that I feel like I've lost, especially in my identity after having the first kid. I felt like I did not remember who I was. The things that I liked before no longer interest me the same ways. I'm like, who am I now? Like I felt like I lost so much of myself, but then I gained an entirely different identity through being a mom and finding so many other things, like new things that I loved. So I always felt like, now looking back, I felt like anything I lost was way less, and everything I gained was so much greater than anything I lost. So like it always is worth it, but like it does, like I'm like, dang, like imagine just like going on a trip and literally not having to think of anyone but yourself.
I can't imagine what it's like for you, or honestly for women, because it's such a different experience. Like it's a question for me, but it's more to kind of put the spotlight back on you for a second of, I can't imagine all that goes into growing and delivering a child, and then the responsibilities that really only you can take on after.
It's like the mental load, the things of like...
and physical.
Yeah.
Like it's mental and physical. So like those are things where for me, like it was an adjustment being with when you were pregnant of like, okay, I need to take like extra attention to detail here, or when the baby comes and I'm like, I have no idea what to do here. I have to just live on YouTube and try and make sure you're like as happy as possible. And I'm there for you as
Take
much.
orders.
No, but you were good about it. Like we were both first time, parents. And then we kind of like, we've gotten into a really good groove. But I'm really proud of how you've been able to take on some of these really difficult things, whether it be, Aspen crying nonstop for the first 6 months with colic, or Bash not being able to eat solids and just throwing up all over, mostly you throwing up on me too. But we've had difficulties with the kids or with different pregnancies, with the cerclage, with Bash being breech. Like there's been a lot that you've had to kind of go through, and you have taken on more responsibilities as a mom. So you've had this huge transition since the time that I met you, but you've done it in a way. It's not that you didn't have struggles, but you really embraced a lot of these next chapters and becoming a mom, and you're a great mom, and you're really great to me, and I love you. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
What was our question again?
The
loss of freedom and selfishness, like versus everything that you've gained, like the losing spontaneity of our lives as individuals versus like now everything we do is including them, which like I think it's true. Like I think everyone will feel a sense of like losing something when having kids, but I think what you gain is so much greater.
But like
you don't have to pretend that you're like, you don't miss parts of your old life, or
I think
you're allowed to feel that way. I feel like people feel like guilty saying that, but like I think you're allowed to be like, but it's like mourning of like, oh, I miss like being in college, but I'm glad I'm not still in college.
If you were still in college at 32, and you weren't like studying to be a serious doctor, there would be a problem.
I mean, like I miss those days, but I'm not wishing them back. So it's like there's parts where I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss before I had kids, but I'm not wishing I was back there.
I mean, you know this about me, but like I don't really do that in general. Like I never really have. Of course, like okay, it'd be cool to. It's what I say to Aspen. Like when she's upset that someone is leaving, who like one of her friends leaving.
Playdates ended.
Right, her playdates ended, and she's really sad about it. And I try and put her in the perspective of, don't be sad that it's ending. Be happy that you got to spend that time with this person who you love and you enjoy. Like I look at things more, just naturally, more like that. Of like, okay, college was awesome. I had such a good time in each of those moments. Very responsible in college, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Boulder, because it's very educational.
I'm glad I didn't know you during that time.
Why? We would have been friends.
I don't think we'd be more than friends.
Oh, we would have been more than friends.
It wouldn't have lasted.
Why?
Because you were so focused on...
For you, I would have made room.
I don't know.
I would have carved out a piece of pie for you.
I don't know. What was I in? Was I in high school then?
That would have been illegal, actually.
Yeah, it would have been.
So that's kind of to my point. I think it's two things. Like, I'm 5 years older than you. So like I did live a little bit more of that, like, like
girls technically seem to be much more mature, so I think I'm like a little older than you that way.
You're more mature than me.
I'm like 7 years older than you.
You're more mature than me
maturity-wise.
Not general maturity. In some ways, because I can be immature. But in other ways, you've got a lot to learn. Okay. But I think I tend to look at things a little bit more of like, okay, I don't think in the past as much. And then I just look at the where we're at right now in our lives of like, okay, how can I
enhance this? Yeah. Rather than like fixate on the past. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. I think that's true. It's a good way to look at it. Okay, and last but not least, this one, I feel like it hit, I experienced this for the first time, I think at the beginning of the year, but that you have to show up and be a parent no matter what you are going through in your personal life. Like if you are sick, if you've had a death in the family, if you have just lost your job, if you're having a fight with your family, if you're having a fight with your partner, whatever it is, whatever you're going through, you have to still show up as like the best parent and the most present, and you're still making the foods, you're still doing the bath times, you're still reading the books, you're doing everything, and you have to pretend like that isn't actually happening in your life. And that's hard. Like, I think definitely during postpartum, that was so hard, where I felt like I was a shell of a human, but I still had to show up as a new mom or to a newborn every single day, that I wasn't like so depressed I couldn't get out of bed. But then also in January, when our house burnt down, like I was at my rock bottom.
That was tough.
I was scared for myself, and I knew that Scotty was scared for me, because he knew how long I had been holding on to this dream and hope of like feeling like I was putting back the puzzle pieces of my life. And then it literally just burnt to the ground. And I just remember like I was just bawling my eyes out, and Aspen like I couldn't stop, but she was like, even when I wasn't crying, she just felt like my heart hurting. And I just remember her coming and like laying on the couch with me when we were at Mark and Perry's. And she was just like wanting to like cuddle and just like hold me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so guilty that my kids can feel this heartache. And like I remember bawling my eyes out on the way to school, like when the fires, like we didn't know if our house, it was like before it fully burnt down. I remember bawling my eyes out, then wiping my eyes and going into school to put on a happy face and just like hug her and squeeze her and just like say how excited I was to see her. I'm like, damn, like this is a part of parenting that no one warns you about, like that you have to still show up as the best version of yourself no matter what you're going through.
Well, and you have to kind of protect them from the things you're going through as an adult, because they're developing and they can't really like put into context any of the stuff that's going on at that level of like, we were going to move into this house and then natural disaster, all of the entire community of the Palisades burns down.
Yeah.
Right?
And like the hard part was like, we had talked about the house, we had hyped the house up, we had moved out of our old house.
Yeah.
We were like, we're days away from moving to our new house, your new room, you can decorate it how you want, this and that. And like, so she kind of knew, but then it was also she knew, but she also like then wasn't like, what happened to that house? But she was like, then we were like living out of a suitcase for a couple weeks, and she's like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. And it's like protecting that of like, we were bouncing around houses and like Scotty was building and unbuilding cribs to go to different houses because we couldn't go back to our old house. And then eventually I was like, this is too much. Like we can't protect them from this enough. Like just the confusion was so hard that we were like, okay, take our house off the market, take all the staged furniture out. Like we're just gonna remove back in, reset, make sure they're good, even though we're not good. And like we'll figure this out after that. But one of those moments of like, she didn't fully know what was going on because we had to like protect her. We couldn't be like, oh baby, like there's a massive fire that's taking over all of LA and it feels like the world is burning down. And we're trying to navigate that.
Yeah. That was a very difficult time, and I was concerned because I knew how fragile you were, and there was so much hope associated with not just the house, but it was like what the house and what moving up there represented to you.
It wasn't the house. It wasn't the house, it was the dream. And like our 5-10 year plan of like where we were gonna put down roots, raise our family, me feeling like I was getting some of my identity back after like leaving LA prematurely where all my friends were, where it was better for work. Everything that like I found my confidence, and I know like your confidence doesn't come from like those types of things, but like I guess the roots of my identity I was going to be getting back. And then when that happened, it was like, no, you're not just not getting it back now. Like you are not going to at all, because like all of it is gone.
Let me ask you something though.
I know you're going to ask.
You do. So now looking back on that moment and being where you're at now, where you're very happy with where we're living and the community of friends that are close by for not only you, but the kids. Now, do you have a different perspective?
Oh man, it turned out way better than probably plan A. Like plan B feels like plan A. And I've said that where I'm like, God redirects you. Like you feel like you're at rock bottom and there's nowhere up from here. And like nothing will compare to what you thought you were going to get or where you were like directed in life. And then God will just take you completely somewhere new where you didn't even anticipate or like entertain and find something better and more meaningful and more purpose. And like the kids are happier. just everything. It's just like, it was very humbling where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yes, I was in my feels, like I'm allowing that, but also in those moments where you're like, there's nowhere to go from here, like having faith and trusting in God's plan for you. And I'm like, wow, we really did come up the other end and like come to an even better spot in our life.
I think so too.
So yeah.
But you handled it really well.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
But I feel like everyone can relate to those types of things where you feel like you're crashing out, rock bottom, can't recover, don't know how you'll ever get there. And little by little, and just with some luck and faith.
But it's peaks and valleys too.
Yes, the peaks and valleys.
It feels like something's overwhelming. There's usually good stuff coming around the corner.
No, that's true. This was a good episode.
I enjoyed
Therapeutic.
it. Very.
Yeah.
Is it cathartic?
And therapeutic, I think.
More therapeutic.
Therapeutic.
Cathartic's a good word, though.
Yeah, no, I do like that word. It's a nice word.
Just in general.
Keep in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining in the comfort of our own bed.
I could do this.
Yeah.
Do you want a surprise?
Do I want a surprise?
While you were sleeping, because I was up way before you, I called the bakery and I had them make donuts.
No.
That reveal the gender of our third child. So I was thinking after we wrap this up, it would be fun if I brought the kids in with the donuts.
Are they here?
The donuts are here. And the kids are here.
Right now?
Right now. So we could bring them in.
Wait, stop it. I'm sweating.
And as a family.
We were, oh my God.
We were going to wait till birth.
We were going to wait till birth. Well, I think that's a story for another time.
But
wait, it's here right now?
It's here right now. And I haven't looked and I haven't eaten any of the donuts.
Are you going to go get the kids?
Yeah, I'll get them right now.
Oh my God. Wait, I'm sweating. Is this going to be part of the episode?
It should be.
We're about to find out the gender of our third baby. Scotty is surprising me. He's getting the kids. It's so weird that this might be the last time. This probably is the last time that we're ever going to do this. That's such a weird feeling. Aspen, Bashi, come here. Dada has a surprise. Bashi! Hi, bud. Come here. Come here. Come sit right in between Mama. Hi, bud. You want to sit on my lap? Hi.
Mom, why are you using this?
Because Dad and I were recording. Do you want to sing a song?
Da, da, da.
No, you hold it just like this. Sing This Is the Day.
This is a day. This is a day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Wait, don't open yet.
Don't open yet.
Oh my gosh. Come closer over here so Dada can get in.
We are in here. There's a couple surprises. The first surprises there are donuts. Do you like donuts?
No.
What? Do you like donuts?
The second surprise is this is going to tell us if baby number 3 is a little girl or a little boy. What do you think it is, Aspen?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. Bashi, do you think it's a baby girl or baby boy?
Baby girl.
Oh.
Girl. And what do you think?
Okay, so I was so boy at the beginning. Then I feel like I turned girl, but now I'm like feeling more boy.
You think it's
Bashi,
boy?
hold on. No, I want to say girl though, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a girl.
Oh my God.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh no.
Yes.
We're outnumbered, buddy. We are outnumbered again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to show the camera.
You're gonna have a little sissy.
Aspen Rain, baby. We're gonna have a baby girl. You were right. You called it from the beginning. Here, take one of these little ones. You guys.
I want this one.
Okay, let Mama take a picture first though, and then you can have the A. But take one of these first. You guys, you gotta show the camera. Oh my goodness, can they see? Maybe a little bit? What does it say?
My name.
It says it's a girl. Are you excited? You're gonna be a big brother. Oh, Aspen's biting into the A already. Say, Dada, you're outnumbered.
You're numbered.
It's okay. I love you, honey. Congratulations.
This is such a crazy surprise.
Yeah.
We are having
Yeah.
a baby girl. Can you believe it?
Another McKnight girl.
Another
Bash?
McKnight girl. Bashy boy, you're gonna have 2 sissies. You're gonna be a big
Yeah.
brother. Anyways, this was a fun way to end the episode.
I thought you'd like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Mommy,
for
look
reading.
at this black one.
Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We hope you liked it. Thanks to my special guest
Thank you for having me.
and my 3 babies. Can you say bye, everyone, till next week?
Bye, next week.